Welcome to the results show here on Playfur Cinema's Gone with the Fur Theater. My name is Jawbreaker and welcome to the hottest Sabrina Online Girl Elimination game. After 9 to 10 weeks, welcome to our third official elimination game here on Playfur Cinema. In order to have played this game properly, you probably would have wanted to be familiar with Eric Schwartz's Sabrina Online and Fur After Dark. And if you are familiar with Fur After Dark, then you'll realize there are a lot of girls that are not featured in this current game, such as Bunny Bloom and Raven Hunt. All of the girls selected for this game at least have some connection with the Sabrina Online comic strip, with some slight exceptions being Tammy, Vixen, and Clarice. If you're not familiar with how elimination games work here on this channel, the rules are pretty simple. Voters are supposed to vote for their current least favorite on the board. The girl with the most votes will be eliminated the following week. Or, if I might be so bluntly, since we're going off hottest, the girl that's supposed to find the least attractive. We do this each week consistently until we are down to 1. Now, some games are worse and better than others because 9 times out of 10, everybody thinks their character is a 1, even though their character isn't a 1. And I say that because there is a catch, an element I do not bring up when we are voting. Everybody's favorite can't be a 1 because everybody's character isn't meant to be a 1. When we play these games, the one I am looking for is supposed to be the Jessica Rabbit out of all of them. The one who is supposed to be the sex symbol. When voting starts, I have to hold myself to a code so I can let the process happen naturally. I can't influence voters directly. That being said, I can cast my one vote like everybody else. Now, sometimes I will make my announcement and say who I'm voting for, and sometimes you'll never know when I'm voting. You'll never know when I'm causing a tie or breaking a tie. Now, this isn't the first time we've done a Sabrina Online style elimination game before. Furry faithful and cartoon fanatics alike, I am back with a very deliciously sexy game I like to play with you, titled the Sabrina Online Elimination Game. Now I heard they say the freaks come out at night, but luckily for us, these are Eric Schwartz girls, so they're all natural freaks from dusk till dawn. Yeah, that's enough of that. The year was 2015 and I don't want to sit through it no more. Back when I was making up random games to keep the channel active while I was working on the Furry Girl profiles, I took a picture of Eric's main 5 girls and made a game out of it. This became the very first elimination game we had on the channel when we was around maybe like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. Not only is this the first game that was never recorded on Gone with the Fur Theater, but it was not consistent at all. How the votes ended up was definitely different back then because not only was it a smaller cast to vote for, but it was a smaller audience. Tammy wasn't dealing with a Stacey or a Zigzag. For the very first elimination, Amy the Squirrel was eliminated at 5th. The second time around, Sabrina was eliminated at 4th. After that is when we really started falling off. But when we got to the third elimination, Clarice was eliminated at 3rd. Then the kicker started and Sheila and Tammy got locked into a tie for over a month. Until one extremely late random straggler came along and voted for Sheila. But nowadays I consider that non-canon. That's really not good enough anymore after a month. But now we get ready to do it right. Are you ready? Let's get started. So for week 1, Tina Lynx got 7, Zigzag 3, Sabrina 5, Carly with a not so good 17, Amy 4, Helen 16, which is also not good because that's right behind Carly, one more vote and that would have ended up in a tie. For the bottom row, Dark Cat 14, Sheila 2, Tammy 1, Stacey 2, Tracey 1, and Clarice 1. Tammy, Tracey, and Clarice all equally win the week with the least amount of votes. But you want to know who's not winning? None other than our favorite motor mouth, Carly, who unfortunately can't talk her way out of being voted out at disastrous 12th place. Carly, I banish you to the Phantom Zone. It'll only get more harsher here, as we'll see on week 2. Starting from the top once again, Tina Lynx with 6, Zigzag 4, Sabrina 5, Amy 6, and Helen gets bulldozed with a 29. after barely just escaping execution the week before. I guess you folks won't have pity on a MILF. I mean, it's not like she didn't get drunk in college, get pregnant at an early age, had to drop out of college, lost her husband. Hey, it's not like I'm calling you all meanies. Meanies! How dare you people give a single mother 29. Anyway, now to the bottom row. Dark Cat 15, Sheila 1, Tammy 1, Stacey 1, Tracey 1, and Clarice 2. Sheila, Tammy, Stacey, and Tracey all equally win the week with the least amount of votes, with Tammy and Stacey continuing their streak. Miss Helen Dish, on the other hand, peace. As we move on to week 3, with the 2 stragglers gone, we are now down in the bottom 10. And right off the bat, we've already found our casualty for the week. I guess a little older and a little thick is not in this season. Tina with 20, Zigzag 5, Sabrina 2, and Amy 3 for the top row. Now for the bottom row. Dark Cat with 15, Speedbag Tits, Sheila Vixen with 0, Tammy 1, Stacey 1, Tracey 8, and Clarice 7. Sheila goes completely untouched to a 0 and now starts her streak at 2. Meanwhile, that poor little old top row continues to go up in flames. Tina Lynx, for week 3, you are officially voted off the island. Moving into week 4, Zigzag 4, Sabrina 5, Amy 6. With an overwhelming 22, it looks like Dark Cat will be receiving a boot for week 4. Sheila continues to ride her momentum straight to the finish line with only 1 vote. Her sister Tammy Vixen, 6, and it looks like Stacey is fighting back with 1 vote as well. Tracey, 6 as well, while Clarice at 3. Sheila and Stacey equally win the week with the least amount of votes, but Sheila's streak now goes up to 3. As for Claus McBitey10, no hard feelings, but I really don't think people like the idea of having their dick bitten off. Dark Cat, you are out of here! As we move on into week 5, Zigzag continues to keep her steady pace with 8. Sabrina, 11. What's the matter, Sabrina? Life catching up to you? Sheila Vixen, 1 again. You know what's kind of funny when we do these games? It's like, at some point, there's always maybe like 1 or 2 individuals that always try to take down the one girl they know they won't scratch anytime soon. It's like trying to knock down a steel wall with a pillow. Instead of voting for somebody that needs it, like, say, Sabrina! Instead, you waste your vote and your week trying to be different. Oh, I almost forgot about Amy, 13. Just enough to unfortunately get pushed out the door. As for everybody else, Tammy 7, Stacey 3, Tracey 12, and Clarice 7. Sheila's streak now goes up to 4. I couldn't figure it out 2 years ago, and I still can't figure it out now, but apparently folks don't like Amy very much. And so, Amy takes 8th place. Bye, babe. The only reason I'm not kicking and screaming about the order is because I didn't specifically state which version of Amy that was. But, according to week 6, that's not gonna last very long. So for week 6, Zigzag has had a little bit of pressure taken off of her with only 2 votes. Sabrina, 13. Oh, Sabrina is still in this. Oh! Why? Oh, sorry. Old Jawbreaker almost lost his temper. As Sheila moves into week 6, her number has officially turned red, symbolizing that she is now on a hot streak, with 0 votes. Tammy Vixen, 2. Stacey, 2. Tracey, 10. And I'm trying to figure out an explanation as to why, fine as hell, Clarice has 26. I will say this, because I will not go through what I went through last year with this stuff. There are a lot of good-looking girls on this chart. It's not possible for them all to make it to 5. It's just strange to me that it's a recurring habit that every time we do a hottest elimination game, folks always latch on to the most sugariest broad on the list. Now, somebody in the comments section did say a little while back that this is more like the Judy Hopps effect. I call it more so the voting like you're looking for a wife effect. Jawbreaker never said the most adorable elimination game. He never said the best game. He never said the best waifu game. You want an idea of what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the girl that you would not take home to your mom. Sorry to sometimes tell you that your waifus suck. It's just that this is Playfur Cinema. I feel like there's some obligations and expectations that's supposed to be up there somewhere. 7th place, shaking my head. Now look into her glorious titties and apologize. You did some shitty shit. We move into week 7, where Zigzag has 3, Sabrina 21, Sheila 1, Tammy 8, Stacey 4, and Tracey 21. Once again, Sheila wins the week with the least amount of votes, bringing her hot streak up to 6. Unfortunately, on week 7, we ran into double trouble. 2 21s equal a double elimination, which meant we had to have a skunk off to determine who was going to go into 5th and 6th place. For week 8, it ended up being Sabrina versus Tracey. And unfortunately for Sabrina, there was very little mercy for that week. Sabrina got 40, Tracey 27. Sabrina took 6th place like it was meant to be, and Tracey took 5th. Oh, by the way, guys, you want to know a little secret? Sabrina actually had 20. She could have moved on into the top 5 without being eliminated. You just have to factor me in, because I decided to exercise my right to vote and turned it into a tie. Now, the following is a long time coming. If you were one of those people that voted for Judy Hopps in the final and are the same people who are voting for Sabrina, that's for that tragedy you call a hottest bunny girl elimination game! The end is near as we reach week 9. With no Tracey, we only have 4 girls left, being Tammy, Sheila, Zigzag, and Stacey. And would you look at that? Tammy made it to the top 4. Look who's trying to be relevant. Too bad that ends here, as Zigzag eases her out by 1 point at 28. Stacey still has it going on with 16. Music reference. And with 6, Sheila continues to dominate with a hot streak of 7. Farewell, Tammy. The road ends for you at 4th place. And so, if you've been voting with us all this time, this is the moment you've been waiting for. For the final week on week 10, I allowed the voters 2 choices for elimination. Some decided not to exercise both choices, but that was up to them. Now, who's gonna be my 1st place? Stacey, Zigzag, or Sheila Vixen? With Stacey having 60, that means she has a steep mountain to climb. It all depends now on what the other 2 girls have now. Stacey 3rd, Zigzag 2nd. Your winner of the hottest Sabrina Online Girl elimination game, Sheila Vixen. Yeah, throw your lighters in the air like you just don't care. Yeah, Vixen titties, or get the hell out! And that is a sign it's time for the video to be wrapped up. And there you have it, the official list from 12 to 1. Carly 12th, Helen Dish 11th, Tina 10th, Dark Cat 9th, Amy the Squirrel 8th, Clarice 7th, Sabrina 6th, Tracey 5th, Tammy Vixen 4th, Stacey 3rd, Zigzag 2nd, and Sheila Vixen 1st. Oh, and somebody asked me who all my personal favorites were. My personal favorites were Clarice, Tracey, and Sheila. This has been another episode of Gone with the Fur Theater here on Playfur Cinema. If you liked today's video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future videos. My name is Jawbreaker, and I thank you for watching Playfur Cinema.